So I'm taking the Loyola test tomorrow, and I'm really, really nervous. It's 11:40 right now, and I have to take the test tomorrow at 8. Less than 24 hours. Here's the letter. Dear student, this letter is to confirm your registration to take the Loyola School Admissions Entrance Exam on Saturday, November 12th, 2011. I really need to get my mind off of it. So that's why I'm making this YouTube video. I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorite stuff. Not this. So let's start with some of my favorite movies. Third is Whip It with Ellen Page. It's a really good movie compared to the revenue it got. Ellen Page scores a huge laugh as Bliss Cavender, a small-town teenager with a big dream, to find her own path in the world. Soon, Bliss discovers a way to put her life on the fast track. Literally. She lands a spot on a rough and tumble roller derby team and becomes Babe Ruthless, the hottest thing on 8 wheels. I swear to you, the movie is much better than the back. Second, The Runaways with Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning. I'm a huge fan of Kristen Stewart just in general, and Dakota Fanning. And this movie is just amazing. I'll read the back to you. Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning star as Joan Jett and Sherry Curry in the music-fueled coming-of-age story of the groundbreaking all-girl rock band, The Runaways. They fall under the Svengali-like influence of rock impresario Kim Fowley, Michael Shannon, Pearl Harbor, who turns the rebellious Southern California kids into a rock group with outrageous success. With its tough chick image and raw talent, the band quickly earns a name for itself, and so do its two leads. Joan is the band's pure rock and roll heart, while Cherie is the Bowie, with her Bowie Bardot looks, is the sex kitten. Michael Shannon is a genius in this movie. He's amazing. I love Joan Jett, and I learned to love The Runaways after watching this movie. Number 1. I would show you the cover, but my brother has it in college. Anyway, the movie is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I love this movie. I didn't watch it till recently, but it is so hilariously funny. I would read to the back, but I don't really have the movie with me, so let's move on. TV shows. Not really into TV, I'm more into movies. So let's begin. Number 3. How I Met Your Mother. This show is really, really funny, especially compared to it doesn't have that many fans. It's basically a combination of Friends and 2.5 Men. But take that awesomeness and multiply it times 4. Add Neil Patrick Harris and Allison Hannigan. The awesome show, what is called How I Met Your Mother. Number 2. As you can see, it's in my lap right now. This is going to shock some of you because this show came out a year before I was born. But I have rekindled my obsession for this show. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anyone here remember this show? Yes, the vampire show that came before Twilight, True Blood, and The Vampire Diaries, with actual vampires, not men that sparkle. This show was just hilarious, dramatic, and scary at the same time, which is increasingly difficult to do. Twilight and the Vampire Diaries and True Blood, it's all about drama, no funniness or anything like that. Just look at the cover. Look really, really close. See that guy right there? And that guy right there? I think they're the gentlemen from that show Hush. My favorite episode by far. Now, number 1. The Walking Dead. I know it's a pretty mature show for a 13-year-old to be watching, but I love this show. I've only seen it twice so far, but I'm completely obsessed with it. It's such an awesome name, first of all. The Walking Dead, zombie apocalypse. Yeah, that's basically the whole series summed up. But it's amazing, okay? Music. No, just because I do the Bieber flip thing, which isn't even his, I am not a fan of Bieber. Number 3. Fanfarlo. It's a band from England, and I discovered them actually, yes, through the Twilight soundtrack, but because I was having a Twilight thing a few months ago, so I bought the soundtrack. I have no idea where it is right now, but they had a song on there, and I loved it. And no, I still don't have a Twilight obsession to this day. Like, Eclipse isn't even in my disk drive right now.
Oda Wolf coming up.
Just kidding. Though, I am a fan of Kristen Stewart, and if Twilight made me discover that, who cares? Number 2, Empire Weekend, band from New York. I live in New York. Yeah. I don't have any of their albums, like a version of their albums, like an actual CD. I always buy my stuff on iTunes, but I have the full version of Contra and the self-entitled album, Vampire Weekend. And I'm so excited until the next album comes out. Anyway, before I go all crazy fangirl, let me tell you who my number 1 choice is. The Beatles. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Obviously the best band of all time, selling the most amount of records of all time as well. My favorite song by them is probably Blackbird or Hey Jude or Let It Be, or go on for hours. So let's go into the final topic, books. Number 3 is Speak. Really, really dramatic book, and if you have an uneasy stomach, I wouldn't suggest reading it, but an amazing book nevertheless. Guess who was in it? Pause the video and go to Wikipedia for just like 10 seconds and put it in the comments just to look like you're smart. Anyway, Kristen Stewart was in it before she was really, really famous, and it is her most critically acclaimed role yet, and it's probably one of my favorite movies. Not in my top 3, but definitely one of my favorites. If this movie wasn't on Lifetime, then it definitely would have been nominated for an Oscar. The movie had a $1 million budget, 1 camera, 2 weeks to film, and they did an amazing job. The book's in a really weird format. Like, there's no indentures, and it's almost like it's a playwright, because it has, let me just get to one with dialogue. See, it says like me, Bennett. So it's still a really good book nevertheless. Kristen Stewart is right there. Her name is right there. Anyway, let's go into my next book. Nah, I'm just kidding. Embarrassingly enough, this is my next favorite book. Not because it has anything to do with Twilight or the fact that I bought it when I was obsessed with Twilight, because it's written by the director of Twilight, and it's like really, really awesome. Like, it has all these footnotes like on like photography and filming, and it was really good information for someone like me who wants to be a director. This is probably way too long than it should be. Last one, East of Eden by John Steinbeck. In the middle of reading it, and it's really, really good book. I'm not that far into it because I don't get a lot of time to read because I have to do all the high school stuff, studying. Yeah, but really good book. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is probably a 10-minute video. I'm gonna go study before I slap myself.